Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek and welcome back to my channel. Just tell me something honestly. How many of you have this question? Abhishek, I'm working as a DevOps engineer, but I'm not sure how to start using AI as part of my day-to-day activities, and I'm not sure where to get started from. Let me tell you, this is a very valid question, and fortunately, you are watching the right video because in today's video, I'll tell you the exact roadmap that you have to follow to start using AI as part of your day-to-day activities. This is going to be a 7-step roadmap. And trust me, after completing this roadmap, you will be very confident about AI. So without wasting any time, let's get started. The first thing that you have to do is start with prompt engineering. This is one of the things that is mostly ignored these days. But irrespective of your field, it can be DevOps, development, everyone has to focus on this skill. And fortunately, this just takes 2 to 3 hours, not more than that. Now let me tell you why is this important. Take two engineers working with the same tool. It can be ChatGPT or it can be GitHub Copilot, Claude. One gets the expected response, but the other one does not get what they're looking for. And most of the times they end up blaming AI that AI is not good enough in giving the expected response. But what is the culprit? The culprit is prompt. So in today's world, everyone has to know how to interact with AI. And that interaction depends on the prompt engineering skill. In our AI assisted DevOps playlist, I have already covered prompt engineering. So whatever I'm going to explain in this video, they are already covered on our channel. So you don't have to worry where to go, how to learn these skills. Just focus on the skills while I'm explaining them. So the first one is prompt engineering. You should at least know what is one-shot prompting. You should know what is n-shot prompting, and within your prompt, how you can give some examples to get expected response from the model. And as I told you, this will only take 2 to 3 hours for you, not more than that. Initially, start with ChatGPT. So once you learn the prompting skill, you can verify that by using those prompts on the ChatGPT. And then comes your second step. Test your prompt engineering skills on the local models. Because if you try with the production models like Anthropic models or OpenAI models, they are expensive. You cannot, validate your prompts on those models. But what you can do, you can run the models locally and test the prompts. To run the models, you need to know Olama, you need to know Hugging Face, and Docker model runner. That's it. Just these three concepts, and you're good enough. Once again, I'm telling this for one last time in the video. Whatever I'm going to cover, it can be the skills or it can be the tools. They are already covered in the AI Assisted DevOps playlist on the channel. So they are available for free of cost for you. Now you might say, but Abhishek, apart from prompting, is there any real advantage of learning how to run the models locally? This will hardly take 1 to 2 hours for you. And by learning this skill, you can be up to date in the market. Because if you look at the latest advancement in the space of AI, for example, OpenClaw, it can work with the local models. Take Olama. The support for Olama is significantly increasing. Just 2 days back, exactly 2 days back, Visual Studio Code announced the support to Olama directly using GitHub Copilot. So if you have a powerful model running on your machine, using Visual Studio Code and Olama, you can directly get IDEA capabilities and agent capabilities within your Visual Studio Code for free of cost. And going ahead, the models are going to become very, very light. Recently, GGUF models, they can run on the CPU as well. And going ahead, you will find small language models with maybe 500 million parameters, 400 million parameters. which will be easy to run on any laptop. So definitely learn this skill. This will only take 1 to 2 hours for you. There are only 3 tools that you have to learn. Olama, Hugging Face, TMR, Docker Model Runner. Then once you're done with this, go to the next step. Okay? Learn how to run the models locally. Experiment with the promptings that you have learned to see from the local models if you can get the expected response. And then start making API calls to the cloud models. What are cloud models? The proprietary models of OpenAI or Anthropic. Learn within your Python scripting how you can make API calls to these models to get whatever response that you are expecting. Why? Because at this point of time, these are the most powerful models. I'll give you a simple use case. Let's say your management asks you, as a DevOps engineer, they ask you to automate something whenever developer provides the source code, maybe a simple application. They have to execute your Python script, and this Python script should generate Docker file for the application. This should be an automatic process. How will you do it? There are so many programming languages, there are so many use cases. The best way to do it, write a Python script, and within the Python script, using API call, create a prompt and make an API call to the, let's say, OpenAI model. And this model will return the Docker file for you. And you can return this Docker file as the output of your Python script to the developer. So to automate such things, which are going to become very, very common as you move forward in your role, you need to learn how to make API calls to the cloud models, right? So again, this is not very difficult. If you're using shell scripting, you just need to know how to use curl. If you're using Python scripting, you just need to know how to use some Python packages, right? And how these Python packages can make the API calls. They are also available on our playlist. Then the fourth thing. Okay, so till now, I covered about prompt engineering. This is the first skill that you have to learn. Then running the models locally. Then using the cloud models through the API calls within your scripting. This can automate a lot of use cases for you. And fourth one, you need to learn about AI agents. Now, whenever I say AI agents or whenever you hear about this term, you feel this is rocket science. But this has become very, very easy today. You don't need to learn LangChain or you don't need to learn LangGraph. There are some frameworks like Crew AI, very, very powerful framework. Within 15 minutes, you can develop your first AI agent. Everything to prompting and manifest files. Of course, little bit Python scripting, but most of it is with the prompting and the manifest files. So using Crew AI, you can get the boilerplate. Within the boilerplate, just modify the prompt, just modify the manifest, and you have your AI agent ready. My AI agent, let's say you want to automate the pod failure analysis, right? Very simple and repetitive task. Within your organization, you must have seen a pod goes down very, very frequently. Every time developer creates a support request to you, trying to or messages you on Slack, asking what is the reason for the pod failure. Instead, you can develop an AI agent and deploy that to the Kubernetes cluster. And the developer can directly interact with the agent in the Kubernetes cluster, or even you can automate this using the Slack. So you just send Kubernetes, or you just tell the AI agent, drop an email, right? As simple as that. Whenever there is a pod failure, this agent should analyze the pod failure and send an email. To do these kind of things, you need to learn AI agents, and the best framework is Crew AI. Fine. Then the fifth thing. The fifth thing is to learn workflow automation platforms. For example, N8N or workflow automation platform like SimAI. SimAI is open source, it is free of cost. N8N is also free of cost. I mean, to just get started, you can start with these platforms. I'll give you a use case here as well. Let's say you are working on a CI/CD pipeline, and on every pull request, you run multiple stages in the CI/CD pipeline. But now you want to incorporate AI as one of the stage in the CI/CD pipeline. Let's say AI to analyze any security issues in the pull request. Now, how would you achieve this? You need AI in this workflow. What you can do, you can incorporate N8N or SimAI as part of this workflow. In fact, you can build this entire workflow using SimAI or N8N as well. This is the recent video on the channel. I explained how you can bring SimAI to DevSecOps pipeline. So if you want, you can watch that video or you can go through the documentation as well. Everything is available on the channel. Finally, you need to know once you have mastered the workflow automation platforms, just learn AIOps as a skill. What is AIOps? Just introducing observability with AI, right? If you already have an observability solution, just adding AI within the observability is called as AIOps. For example, with the existing observability system within your organization, you can definitely send alerts when something goes wrong. You can configure a threshold, and once the threshold is met, through the alert, you can configure mail notification. You can do it today. But what if there is some hidden pattern within your metrics? Let's say there is a sudden CPU spike from 20 to 60, and your alert is configured for 70 CPU utilization. Okay, this is something that you have to worry about because there is a sudden spike from 20 to 60. Tomorrow, this can go from 20 to 100 as well. But your existing observability platform or the stack cannot actually notify about these things. Whereas if you have AIOps configured, it can detect these kind of anomalies and instantly notify you. So you have to learn AIOps if you are a DevOps engineer or SRE engineer. There are a lot of other use cases. I'm just talking about a very basic use case. And how would you learn AIOps? This is the most easiest things to learn because today, every observability platform, if you're already working as a DevOps engineer, if there is observability stack within your organization, it's most likely there is already AIOps plugin that your platform supports. If you're using Grafana, AIOps is supported. If you're using Datadog, Dynatrace, Site 24/7, Ground Cover, all of them have observability AIOps solutions. They are available as plugins. Maybe your organization hasn't enabled the plugin. As DevOps engineer, you can just enable the plugin in the lower environment. You can perform a proof of concept and then convince your management to get AIOps in production. Finally, one last thing that you have to do is keep yourself up to date. Now, all the things that I've explained here, it can be AIOps, it can be workflow automation, AI agents, API calls, local model, prompt engineering. These are some skills that you have to learn. But to keep yourself up to date, you have to build a discipline. Every day, just 15 minutes. Start reading about things that are happening in the space of AI. For example, recent advancements like OpenClaw. You will come to know about these kind of things if you are active on LinkedIn, if you're active on some blogging platforms, if you subscribe to the right YouTube channels, where those creators talk about the advancements in the space of AI. Or maybe, as I told you, the local models today, they support with VS Code using Olama, even these kind of things. You will only know if you're subscribing to the right content. So keep yourself up to date. Just spend 15 to 30 minutes a day and you are good. Finally, I'll repeat the things that you have to learn and how much time would it take. Prompt engineering is the first thing that you have to learn. It would take 2 to 3 hours for you. Local models, hardly 1 to 2 hours because there are only three things that you have to learn. Olama, Hugging Face, local model runner. Then how to make API calls to the cloud provider. If you know shell scripting and Python scripting, again, this would take 2 to 3 hours for you. because there are things that you have to learn, like how to configure the temperature, not the temperature uh, in the usual terms, but there is again something in the uh, models or the tokens ecosystem. So you need to know how to use tokens effectively, how to configure the temperature, how to get desired response, right? How to curate your prompts. So this would take 2 to 3 hours if you know Shell and Python scripting. Then the AI agents, the crew AI, this would take another 2 to 3 hours for you to master. N8N and Sim AI, this would take little time. Maybe you need half day or one day to learn how to use N8N and Sim AI as part of your workflow. If you're talking an hours point of view, you might take 7 to 8 hours to master this concept. AIOps as a solution, this would take 2 to 3 days for you because first you have to understand the concept, then you have to understand how AIOps can be implemented. Then you have to go to an enterprise platform and learn AIOps through that platform, keeping yourself up to date every day 15 minutes. So this is a clear roadmap if you want to transition to AI assisted DevOps role or AI DevOps engineering role. If you have any questions about it, do let me know in the comment section. I'm more than happy to let you know. And if you like the video, please share it within your network because these videos can really make a shift in the DevOps engineer career. See you all in the next video. Take care.